Alright, let's take a look here. Make sure everything is good. We got the YouTube chat. What's up, Paul Chloe? Hello, hello. Alright, give me a sec. Let me just gotta do a couple things real quick. So let's just do a little pinned message. So this should be good. All right, let's pin that real quick. Boom. Check out the video if you haven't. Okay. All right. So let's get into a couple things. So let me just. Okay, so. Okay. You see the TF2 line? Wait, there's a TF2 line? When? Where? I haven't seen it, no. Sorry, guys, I'm just doing a couple things real quick. Okay. Bro came 5th. What the hell? Was it like global? That's crazy though. Hey, Mr. Deathy, when should you be using alternate fire on ship? I've noticed some pro players have the alt fire as their #1 source of damage on post stats. Yeah, so you can use it in between abilities. It's essentially kind of like Yamato, right? When you're moving around, you can just like kind of alt fire, use it in between abilities, use it between your dashes, use it around corners. Really depends though. Sometimes you want to left click as well. It's really quite situational. Essentially, if you're in a situation, so essentially left click is more DPS if you're on a target. Like if you're standing in front of a target, if you just hold left click, you'll do more damage than if you right click, I believe. But right click has the advantage of being able to be weaved in between things, right? So you can also right click, weave in melees, weave in abilities, much like Yamato right click. So it has the advantages of that, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so here's the plan. One sec. Let's take a couple. Yo, thank you for the prime. New video leaks? Indeed, indeed. Hi there, what kind of video? I'll explain in a sec. Give me a sec. Stick around. Bear with me for 1 second. I'm preparing some data at the moment. Preparing some data. Okay. Okay, so I'll be with you guys in just a sec explaining what the video is going to be about. And then we're essentially going to look at stuff together and we'll come to conclusions, you know? I almost just deleted everything that I've been doing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm noting match IDs. So I asked members of my community to give me match IDs of games that are shorter than 30 minutes. Essentially, okay, so the video idea, and I'm gonna tell you guys, but don't steal it. Don't make the video. Don't make the video instead of me, because I need to make this video, right? So basically, my idea is when I make videos, a lot of the time I look at my own games, right? And I analyze what's going on. And the biggest flaw of doing that, well, the biggest advantage of doing that is I get to see things happening at a high level. The biggest flaw of doing that is that I don't get to see things happening in the average games. And realistically, most people that watch me are just average players, just by nature, right? And so it is a little bit disconnected. So I do want to try incorporating a little bit more of my viewers' games into my content, because one, it's fun, because if you're a viewer and you just, you randomly see yourself in a video, that's cool. But also, like, it's more relatable, this game that's whatever this rank is versus whatever this rank is. Who the fuck knows what these ranks are? I don't even know what they are. Blue rank versus green rank. What are these ranks? Does anyone know the names? I actually have no idea. I'm not even trying to be like pretentious. I literally, I had no idea what these ranks are. Alchemist and Arcanist. All right, thank you. Bottle and hand. Yeah, bottle rank versus hand rank. So this is blue bottle and this is green hand. But yeah, I've never seen these ranks in my life. I mean, I've probably seen them when I've coached people. I've definitely seen them when I've coached people. But anyway, like these games are more relatable, you know? And so I just want to see kind of what's going on. So essentially what we're studying today is snowballing, okay? And so essentially, I am saying essentially a lot, but what I want to look at is what kind of factors are required for a game to end under 30 minutes. Now, I personally, so I have some preconceived beliefs, and now this might not follow the scientific method, right? Where maybe I shouldn't have any, but actually it does, because I need a hypothesis, right? So my hypothesis is that at the moment, if you win an important fight between the 20 to 25 minute mark, and you get mid-boss, and you get any sort of lead, that's like 10 or 15k, your probability of winning is like 90%, maybe higher, maybe like 95%. So I want to see, is that actually happening? Is that actually happening in these games, right? So we're not going to play Deadlock today. I'm not playing any games on stream today. We're strictly looking at replays and we're analyzing what's going on, okay? So we're just going to look. So here, for example, I look at the souls. Now this one, okay, so in my opinion, there's going to be some of these games that I asked that are just going to be rolls. So this one looks decent to look at because out of the laning stage, they're down 4k, so it doesn't seem crazy. Now from 12 minutes to 15 minutes, there's a big swing. So I don't think this one is going to be like a great candidate because it's very possible they just got snowballed. But when do they get mid-boss, right? So we'll see. We'll take a look. Can you repeat the hypothesis? How many are we analyzing? I've got like 10, 15... or something. Lane stats worth checking. I'm not really interested in the laning stage in this video. I'm not really interested in the laning stage. In fact, I'm skipping the laning stage altogether. I want to see what's going on at 12 minutes. Yeah. I figured there's going to be many of those, Mofu. I figured there's going to be many of those. But we'll see. So, this one I'm not entirely sure. So this one, the game... Okay, so 12 minutes, the game is pretty even. But we know that later on, the game has like a huge swing. So now they have a 10k soul lead. Was this just from doing the urn? Probably. The urn's no longer available. So 7k, so 6k soul lead just from getting kills. Then they do the urn. Then they gain a huge soul lead. Now what happens to the second urn? So mid-boss is still up. Yeah, the hypothesis is basically if you win a big team fight around 20 to 25 minutes and you gain mid-boss out of it, I think essentially you've won the game. I think it's pretty much over in most cases. Not 100% won, but like... Okay, so here we see a classic mistake, by the way, which is like, you know, you're down 20k and you don't pick up the comeback earn, which is your best chance of coming back into the game. I see this many, many times when I coach people. They just don't pay attention to the comeback earn at all. So now one team is up like 15k. I kind of want to see when they will do mid-boss. I kind of wish there was like a mid-boss thing that I could check. I'm just fast-forwarding a little bit. So the lead is kind of staying the same, around 20k, right? The comeback mechanics are in play. Now there's like an 18k lead. They're getting slightly more money. The Ember team is getting more money for everything they're farming, right? So they're kind of like, the lead is not growing. Both teams are just full ignoring the urn. So how does this game end? Because I've seen games like this at this rank, right? And even with a 20k lead, they don't necessarily end. They don't necessarily end. Let's take a look at some of these builds. What do we think of the Shiv build? I mean, reheat. I feel like there's no in between. There's gonna be like normal builds and there's gonna be like, you know. I mean, we've got Krabby Patty. I mean, he's running a pretty normal build. This is our GOAT. This is our GOAT. I love Krabby Patty. He's there all the time in YouTube chat. This guy's #1 supporter. He's not having a great game, but he's still the GOAT. Now, as far as the AP Krabby Patty, if you're watching, we might want to reconsider the AP a little bit, but that's okay, though. Your items are good. Okay, so still 20k lead. How does this game end? The lead has not changed at all. Both teams are just ignoring everything that matters. Makes sense for the for the blue bottle and green hand rank. Okay, so there's like a fight at their base right now. They're like fighting over here, like for fun. Both of these players just kind of walked past the urn. Sinclair, he's going to the walker. He doesn't care about the urn. He's going to the walker. Okay. My theory on my rank is that these players have a lot of strengths and weaknesses. Someone could actually... Yeah. I mean, that is 100% correct, Daphne. That's 100% correct. I've seen low-level players that have, like, actually pretty good mechanics. They just have horrible understanding of the game. And I've seen low-level players that have pretty good understanding, just horrible mechanics. So I've seen both. I'm still confused on how this game ends. I mean, it just looks like they're getting more kills. Now they have a 30k lead. They wiped the team. Do they actually go mid? Okay, they do. Okay, they got a 30k lead before going mid, though. But every single game is gonna, like... This is how the game should go, you know what I mean? You win a big team fight. Obviously, this game, it was kind of a stomp. They got a 30k lead. The green hen went mid. Okay, so they go mid, and then they instantly end the game, probably. It looks like after going mid... They end the game within 3 minutes. Valve hates me, intro. Yo, what do we think of this Abrams build? This guy's got Spirit Rend. I mean, he's trying to bring Goobambi back. Honestly, Spirit Rend can't even be like... It can't even be that bad. It can't even be that bad. 100 bonus health, too. I mean, actually, it can't be that bad. Cold stack on Abrams. Yeah, I mean, you know, can't be that bad either. I mean, you eat some creeps. I mean, who cares? So they get the urn. Now they have a huge lead. They're gonna push the base. They're, you know, Warden is like, I gotta get this mid wave. Might as well. I mean, makes sense. Now they're gonna down the patron. Now it's curious that they don't end right away though. Okay, so they down the patron. And then they get a stagger. How does the game not end right now? Okay, let's analyze this. We need to analyze this. How does the game not end right now? Okay, this is a massive affliction. He just hit 3. Okay, I mean, he's literally just going in their spawn. Krabby Patty does not care at all. They're all afflicted. Yo, can we shoot the patron? All right, let's observe every... Oh, no, it does end. The game does end. Okay. All right, that's exactly the theory. Okay, no. No, they actually did it. They actually did it. Guys, if the green hand can do it, you can do it too. That's all I'm going to say. If the green hand can do it, you can do it. Everyone can do it. Look at the green hand. Coming out with the win. Okay. So far, I'm going to say this one confirmed. Confirmed theory. Confirmed theory. We move on to the next game. This one confirmed the theory. Okay, this one, Archon game. Who's Archon in the chat? Oh, this one's kind of a roll out of lane, though. I don't really want to watch this. Do I want to watch it? I mean, we'll take a look. We'll confirm the theory, even though it's a roll. Archon in the chat. Let's go. You're Archon. Let's go, Sonic. Now, Sonic, you know, want me to send you some of your, what are these ranks? Seeker and Alchemist games? I mean, I asked in the Discord, a bunch of people already sent me games, so I have enough games to look at. I've got like 15 games ahead of us right now, guys. This is the purple crown, indeed. You can send you a high Archon, low Oracle game so you can suffer. No, it's okay. I already have a bunch of games. Guys, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, because that's where I asked, so that's where you could have sent the games. I asked in the Discord. If you guys were in the Discord, you could have sent them there. If you're already in the Discord, you know, you didn't see, but hey, join up. Join up. Anyhow, all right, let's take a look at this one. Let's test the theory. You missed it? That's okay. It's okay. Your friend has over 1,000 games and he still plays in Seeker and Alchemist. Guys, I don't know how to say this, but number of games is only part of the... Number of games is only, like, has a correlation, you know, to, like, how good you are. It's not actually, like... it's not like you play 1,000 games, you're going to become good all of a sudden, right? It doesn't work that way. You are a moderator and you are in the Discord. That is the end of my statement. Well, yeah. You're good. I didn't know that was a thing because no ping. Yeah, only the active members realized. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Surely we go further. So, 17 minutes, 15k lead. I mean, this is not crazy, right? Do you guys get in these situations pretty often? Okay, wait. Answer me this in chat. How often do you guys get in like games where you're in like a 15k lead at 17 minutes, 18 minutes? Is that crazy? Like, is this a rare situation? This has to be a common occurrence. Right? Like, this can't be that rare. This has to be like somewhat common. Pretty common in shitty lobbies? Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not cherry picking too much. Usually you're the one 15k down, maybe 10 or so, but yes. I mean, yeah, okay, fair. Normal, happens often. This happens in a tournament. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see for you guys if it's normal as well. Okay, so we've got a little bug on the screen. We've got a little bug. That's all right. Maybe if I reload. Okay, it worked. That's a big lead at the time. I mean, it's big, but is it that uncommon? Like, of course, this doesn't happen every game, but this would be fair to say that this probably happens like 30% of games. I would wager. It is a big lead for sure. I agree, but
the spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
30-70, big deal. Yeah. The stats for me: 10k soul difference at 10 minutes, 25% of the time. That was crazy. 25%. Goddamn. You'll schedule a coaching with me because you're usually the guy opening the lead. Sometimes you can't convert into a win. Yeah, I mean, you're never going to be able to convert 100%. But yeah, I mean, you know, feel free to schedule coaching with me. I'm extremely confident that I can help you out. Also, guys, I put a new channel in my Discord, which is coaching reviews. So I had a bunch of people who in the past wanted to leave a review, but I didn't have any place for it. So I just said, nah, it's fine. You know, word of mouth will speak for itself. But then today somebody else asked, and I was like, I finally caved, and I was like, it would be stupid of me not to have a review channel. And so now I have a channel for people to review my coaching, so you can have some testimonies. Okay, so the lead is still roughly 15k. It hasn't moved, by the way. Like, now they're 22k lead. But once again, like, the story is kind of the same. And here they're probably just going to get mid, right? Surely they just get mid. Or not. Okay, so the lead 20k now. So the lead has increased a little bit, but not that much. Proportionally, like percentage-wise, the lead is probably about the same. Percentage-wise, it's probably about the same lead. How do they end? So they're up 30k. Are they just not going to get mid-boss? Are they just going to end the game? Is someone AFK or like what's going on? Are they just going to end the game? I think they might just end. This one does not confirm the theory. This one, these guys just end. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could have ended earlier if they just did mid-boss, but they just end. They don't care. Okay, so this one does not confirm the theory. Does not confirm. Yo, what's up, Goober? Okay, so does not confirm the theory. We move on to the next one. We move on. Who's the two frontliners on their team? Look, I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. Okay, in this lobby, surely the frontliners are Mo and Krill and Kelvin, and on the other team, it's probably like Lash and like Calico, or like Viscous is probably considered a frontliner. Okay, this is Red Hand 3 versus Red Hand 4. What is the theory? So I'll repeat the theory for anyone that just tuned in. The theory is that in order to win games right now, the best way is essentially if you win a big team fight around the 15 to 20 minute mark, or I guess 15 to 25 minute mark would be the biggest range, and you get mid-boss, you have essentially 90+% chance to win the game. And I believe that essentially almost every game, yo, thank you for the 5 months division. I believe that essentially almost every game, you know, ends this way. And once you understand that that's the win condition, this will help you shape your understanding of Deadlock as a whole and prepare yourself, because you now understand that if you win that one team fight at that specific timestamp, even if you lose a walker for it, well, you can just win the game, you know? I'm not coaching right now, no. I'm testing a theory. I'm looking at games with a specific hypothesis, which I just mentioned. Is this Fortnite? It is not. This guy's name is FN Fraud, and he's asking for this Fortnite. That's good. That's actually funny. I also feel like we struggle to do important objectives. Yeah. Well, you know, as a community figure, my goal is to educate the masses, right? And therefore, this video's goal... Okay, so this is a perfect example. 14 minutes, 4,000 soul lead. Right? 5,000 soul lead. This is a very even game at 14 minutes. This is 4,000 soul lead. Like, this is as even as it gets, really, right? This is as even as it gets. Now, how does it go? How does it go from an even game to, well, even game, and they have a lead. So the lead increases. It goes from, you know, 3k lead to like an 8k lead. And then the team that's behind is probably, here it kind of looks like the team that's behind is going to deliver the urn, and it doesn't look like they're playing very efficiently. So most likely they're going to give the urn, deliver them to the enemy team, and this is what we call the Amazon Prime delivery. So this is like same day delivery, but for the urn. If you guys haven't had this before. That was kind of funny. Who picked up the urn out of that? Who did? Wait, who has the urn? Oh, they just dropped it on the ground. Neither team care. Oh, wait. No, Calico has it. Calico gets it. Here we go. So they win the fight. They get a walker. They get the urn. Okay, so this is essentially the trifecta of unfortunate. He's learning. It's not his fault. Dog Spoon, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. Why is Lash a frontline? Don't ask me. Lash has built-in spirit resist, I guess. And he has okay health skilling. His health skilling is actually not that great compared to a lot of heroes, but it's fine. Does the theory take into account how far lanes are pushed? No. What if your base is being overwhelmed by creeps? The thing is, your base will not be overwhelmed by creeps because you have mid-boss. The theory includes mid-boss. If you have mid-boss, your lanes will shove themselves, so your base will never be overwhelmed unless you had like a massive wave. And in that case, I guess you would be in the 10% of games that you won't win, but I think you'll win. I mean, okay, surely they're gonna do mid-boss soon, right? They're gonna win a fight, so they're up 15k. Okay, I mean, here if they win a fight, it's just mid-boss, so let's see. Will they win a fight? So Infernus gets a kill here. Let's check this out. Okay, so now they're up 20k, because they keep winning fights, right? Well, actually, they're not even... And this is actually a perfect example, because they're not even up on kills. They're just up on objectives. They've been running the urn. Objectives win games. Who'd have thought, guys? Kills are fully even, and yet one team has a 20k lead. That's weird. Viscous has ult and Q, but he isn't frontliner. Is he not considered a frontliner? I feel like Viscous should be. There's no way he's not. If he's not considered a frontliner, Yoshi, get on the hotline. You earned my favor. People don't know what to do when they're ahead, of course, and that's why I'm gonna make the video. The video is essentially like how to snowball your lead. That's essentially, I made this type of video very long time ago, when Deadlock was a very different game, maybe 9 months ago. A lot of the points are still the same. Even then, even 9 months ago, I was like, do mid-boss. That hasn't changed, but doing mid-boss is very strong at the moment. Stronger than a lot of people realize. Okay, guys, can we win a fight and do mid-boss? I want to see if my theory is true. So they kill Kelvin. They win a fight on the left side. Okay, they're gonna take a fight on the left side. Surely they win this one. Calico does not really want to participate in this one. Okay, they win a big fight. They got 4. Come on, let's go mid. Oh, wait. Viscous is pinging mid. This guy's a king. Bully 6, you're a king. Okay, he said let's go mid, but he's zipping back to base. Viscous, you pinged mid. What is this Viscous build? Tax evasion video when? I don't do that. Look, if my video showed anything, it's that I have records. Also, if you guys think if I did tax evasion, I would like post a video talking about how much money I made. That'd be... Can you imagine the move? Tax evasion, post exactly my earnings. That'd actually be Chad behavior. Like you don't care about the IRS so much that you just like post all your earnings and you just like you don't tell the IRS. Imagine.
I see Sinclair.
Okay, so they got mid boss, but by the time they get mid boss, okay, so here's kind of the small mistake that these people are making in these games, right? So I mean, this game is going to confirm the theory, right? Because they got mid boss and therefore they're going to end the game within the mid boss timer, right? Well, actually, they don't end the game within the mid boss timer. Funnily enough, how do they fuck this up? Wait, how do they fuck this up? They're up literally 60k. How is the game not over here? I feel like the game's over 100%. Let's see, do they have a lash? No, they don't have a lash. Like, how are they gonna stop them if they just push the base? They don't even have dome. Yo, why are we retreating? Why are we pulling back? Pull in! Pull in! Yeah, I'm Canadian. It's not the IRS. It's the CRA, the Canadian Revenue Agency. Yo, guys, let's pull in. Okay, well, this one confirms the theory, but it also just confirms that these, you know, the average player needs help. Average player needs help. You're up 60k and you have mid boss, and you're just like, all right, let's farm a little bit more. I need the next item. Need the next item. Unfortunately, Bully 6 goes down with this build. Yo, that the YouTube video today was sick. Yo, thank you. CRA when they haven't taken 54% of your income. All right. So this video, I don't even need to watch the end. I will say, confirms theory, also confirms lack of skill. Respectfully. I will type in parentheses respectfully. All right. Divisions video is next. All right, here we go. Oh, we got a Phantom game here. 23 minutes. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good example. These Phantom players are gonna, well, you know, they're probably gonna do it a little better. We got Division on the Lash, Yuri on the Warden. Who else have I seen here? I don't think I've seen. Oh, I've seen Goblin. No, wait, no, I haven't. That's not Goblin. That's Gobble. You just genuinely think players are scared to end? That's probably fair. You know some people here? Yeah, that's fair. No skill, respectfully. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's check this out. Goblin these nuts. Okay, good one, Sonic. Okay. Another YouTube chat W. Yo, I have a question for the YouTube members in the chat, or just everyone. If I was thinking, okay, so people have asked me to post my my coaching content for quite a while, and essentially one of my issues is I don't want to flood my main channel with coaching sessions. I don't want to flood my main channel with coaching sessions, and also, I don't know, like it was just a little awkward. And so what I was thinking is, what if I have coaching session videos uploaded? Also, the coaching session videos would be really long, like an hour. What if I upload some coaching videos, but for YouTube members only? So, like, you know, you join for like $5 a month, you become a member, and then you get access to the coaching videos. That way, it would help me monetize, and it would give people access to coaching videos at a fraction of the cost of an actual coaching session. Of course, it wouldn't be personalized. Could be interesting, though. Could be interesting. All right, let's skip forward. Would be a good idea. Yeah, Overwatch. You just get Overwatch Rivals players that just always look to the team fights. That's fair. Okay, so this one. Okay, Yuri, which is domination. I mean, just ult Warden.
Pull back.
Just unlist them. Yeah. Members only. Just keep them unlisted and be like, hey guys, and create a playlist or something. Stamina Mastery. I mean, this item's good. But yeah. Stamina Mastery instead of Leap is a little interesting, but I mean, I guess you can never really go wrong with it. Send me feed picture. Could always make a second channel specifically. Yeah, I mean, secondary channels are decent. The only problem is, like, with monetization and all that stuff, it gets a little weird with secondary channels. I think at this current point in my career, secondary channel isn't really, doesn't make a lot of sense unless I just want to post content for free. But yeah. alternative, you could stream them. Yeah, so I don't stream them because a lot of the time, first of all, I don't really want to stream them. Second of all, I don't really think the players themselves want me to stream them. And third of all, as far as the schedule goes, usually they're out of my streaming hours on purpose. Because I already spend a decent amount of time streaming. My coaching sessions, I like to be able to take a breather in between. So we've got a 10k lead. The fuck? What did Calico just type? Any tips against Viper? CC or disarm. Disarming Hex, if you're having a lot of issues, is a very underbought item. Okay, let's see. When is mid-boss being done? I need to see. Okay, so this is still a 12k lead, right? Both teams are doing a good job. Like, you know. Okay, Division on the Viper showing. You want tips against Viper? Look at Division. Boom, just mog the Viper. Just like that. Against Viper, just yeah, if she doesn't slide, she is weak. It's true. You could give them a coaching session once every 6 months. Yeah, so as far as giving people a coaching session for being a member or a sub or whatever, I tried doing that in the past, and it just kind of became a little bit to handle. And yeah, so I don't really think that's possible for me, realistically. Pashi also did that for a while, and it also became too much to handle for him. So generally, it's pretty rare that it makes sense, but giving people access to like a library of content if they're a member, that stuff can be, that's like much easier, much more manageable. So they're doing comeback earn. They're probably gonna win a fight on comeback earn. Oh no, never mind. They get the comeback earn. When should you buy Disarming Hex over Metal Skin? Metal Skin is just for you. It's like a selfish item, right? So basically, if you want an item that's not completely selfish, if you're like, man, I need to shut down this hero, but like, it's not just for me. I want to shut down this hero for other people too. So yeah, that's really the main decision. The biggest disadvantage of Disarming Hex is it can be debuff removed, but if you guys stack Disarming Hexes, then yeah, it can be good. Okay, so they're gonna win a fight here. Oh, wait, they got rejuve. Wait, I missed it. How did they get rejuve? I missed them getting rejuve. Oh, I'm such a noob. Is this just when they got rejuve? Here's a good game. Alright. I'll add that one, but just because... Cytrox, I will add that one, but just because you're part of the EU tournament, okay? Just because you're part of the EU tournament, I'll add it. Okay, so they got mid. Did they even win a fight before going mid? What was the criteria for going mid there? Okay, so Okay, so this is kind of what I expected to see, right? This is kind of what I expected to see. We've got the Lightning Scroll Warden. We've got a very slight advantage in the form of 1 kill and 10k. But since this is a higher rank game in Phantom, they recognize they can just force mid here. So I will say, confirms theory. Good example of forcing mid off of small advantage. So here they force mid, right? He just hit his power spike on Warden with the Lightning Scroll. So it makes a lot of sense. It's very unlikely that they lose it, right? They have Ivy, they have Warden with Lightning Scroll. Realistically, they can't really be, you know, they can't really be contested in this bit. And they probably checked. Viper probably doesn't have max ult. She doesn't. Sure. Random thought, can Silence Wave be debuff removed? Yes, it can. All right, so then I assume what they do is they just push, right? So they have mid boss buff. So essentially, it becomes incredibly difficult to defend the entire map when the enemy team has mid boss, because like the waves they push in so much, right? And so like, yeah, you can go defend mid, but then your side lanes are gonna push so much, and you're gonna need to defend that. And you can even just defending mid is gonna be difficult, right? And you can take trades, and it's just such an advantage. So like fighting this is going to be really difficult for the enemy team. So Warden just goes in, changes the world. It just cleans up everyone. 11 kill streak, does not care. Alchemical Flask. Do you think supporting build is not a good idea in lower rank to rank up? I think it's harder. I think if you do like more supporty builds, it's harder to rank up in lower ranks. Like if I was playing in the Flask rank, I was playing in the Flask or the Green Hand rank or all of these ranks, I would not be playing supporting builds, right? That doesn't mean you can't do it. You can 100% do it. It's just, you know, it's just harder than if you were playing a build that did a bunch of damage and could carry fights. So ending, this is kind of part of, this is a very important part of the theory, is that once you have these minions in the base, these minions are essentially like unkillable, and they make ending the game so much easier. And here they don't even have that many minions, right? But once all of these minions kind of start making it to the pit, they're just so hard to deal with. Like, no one can kill these. And it's so easy to end the game. You hate that? Well, it has lowered game time significantly, so... For better or worse, who knows? Not my judgment to make at the moment. But, yeah. So this one proves theory. We'll look at Citrox's game real quick. Why do they add protection to creeps? In order to make games easier to end. And prevent JC standing. Or not... I feel like it's the wrong way to lower game time. There's not really a lot of great ways to lower game time. I will say that I think this is one of the better ways we've had to lower game time that's been implemented in the past. I don't know if the solution is perfect. I mean, I think it needs a little bit of tuning. Maybe we need to go back to 30% resist. 40% might still be a bit much. When we were at 50%, it was completely unbearable. 40% might be a bit much, but... Well, this is quite a pleasant educational stream. W Pay Chatter, thank you, Godfather's mixtape. I'll PayPal you 20 bucks later. I got you. You think ranking up is just insanely janky? I mean, yeah. Don't worry too much about the rank up system right now. It sucks for local queuing. It's good overall. Fair. The more they nerf items versus buff underperforming items, the more likely people play passive and bugs and game time increases. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Just watch the recent YouTube video. Kudos for the transparency. Hey, you're welcome. Kudos for the support and watching and being a sub. Alright, come on. Download this VOD. What do we got here? This is a Turnus level game. Wait, who submitted this? Oh, this is Citrox. Quig was kicked from melee creeps. Kind of wild. Yeah, I heard. I heard indeed. But hey, this is a drama-free stream. How is Citrix in Eterna's game if he's Oracle tournament? I mean, Oracles get in Eterna's games. It's not that crazy. That definitely happens. But yes, Quig was indeed kicked. Why was he kicked? Look, guys. I don't want to speak for Average or, you know, the rest of Melee Creeps. I heard the news from Average. I don't want to speak for them specifically. For those of you that are really in tune, a lot of you have probably like either, you know, seen clips or like seen what happened. Essentially, I can give you the facts, right? And then you can make of the facts what you will. A lot of the facts are already pretty public. But essentially, you know, he essentially quit scrims, I believe twice, potentially. So the facts are, I believe he quit scrims twice. And yeah, as far as like the overall reason for quitting the scrims, that part is unclear. I'm not sure if that part is public information or anything, and it's not my place to say. But essentially, that was the reason for his kick, right? So that's all I say. I'm not gonna go further on it. I'm not gonna comment further on it. You know, I'm sure that the Melee Creeps players will be streaming and all that stuff, and they can answer those questions. So, you know, go show some love to them, support their streams, and ask the questions there. I don't really know any more than that anyway. Left scrims as like rage quit? Well, you know, you could assume that. Anyhow, let's look at this game. This game probably is more than one mid-boss. Although maybe not. Because mid-boss is still up. Mid-boss has not been done. I guess neither team has had an advantage significant enough to take it. Mid-boss is still not done. Still not done. This is a pretty close game, though. Okay, so now they win a team fight. So this is a little bit later than the theory calls for. How does this have 44 kills, bro? What is happening in Europe? Desi melee creep Sarah? No.
I like it.
Help me deliver this thing.
No, Desi, I will only watch you. You are my deadlock. I mean, yeah, look, I appreciate the support. Can you filter for mid boss? No, you can't.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you, Sonic. So they get mid boss, they're gonna get the urn, and then they're gonna push, and then the game's gonna end.
Let's push blue.
I mean, essentially, in a lot of these games, one mid boss is pretty much like what it takes to end the game, right? We're not really getting to a second or third mid boss, and that kind of seems to be the way that most games are going right now. A lot of the time, in a lot of games, I don't really see the second or third mid boss. What will your next video be on? I'm talking about snowballing, and essentially how there's kind of like, you know, the trifecta, and like how to the trifecta of snowballing is essentially this, right? Playing around objectives. So walkers earn mid boss, and when you get one mid boss at the moment, if you get one mid boss, you have like such a high probability of winning the game. I feel like the first mid boss at the moment is extremely strong, and if you have a lead and you get first mid boss, you can end the game under 30 minutes almost every time. I think if you get like a 10k lead and first mid boss, you probably have a 90% chance to be able to end the game within 25 to 30 minutes at most. Links are not banned here. You can post Twitch clips. Links in general are banned, but certain I have whitelisted certain domains, and Twitch clips should be whitelisted normally. Do you think the health of mid boss should be buffed? Potentially. I don't think it would be a bad change necessarily. It might be a bit too easy to take. No homo, yo. Thank you, Sociopath. Just watch the money vid. Would you benefit from daily Mikhail's type videos where you just post the best of the game of the day? It could benefit me from a revenue perspective. However, that's not really the type of content that I want to make. So I am pretty, I don't want to say hard on myself, but I think I differentiate myself from a lot of other creators by the fact that when you watch one of my videos, you know it's not just going to be like a random stream highlight or a game that I just posted because it was a decent game. And you know that it's a video that I put some thought into. It's original content that I put some thought into. And I don't really want to become another channel that just posts like gameplay videos where I just like Mikhail's video, much love to Mikhail's, by the way, they're just videos from his stream. He doesn't put any thought into them. He just takes a game, pays his editor, whatever, and then the game's on YouTube, right? There's no original thought behind it, no idea, no really added value. It's just pure entertainment factor. And that's not really where I see myself as a content creator. I don't really want to do that type of stuff, essentially. So if I were to do that, I would do it in an educational manner, which means if I were to do that, I would take replays and I would like analyze myself. I'd be like, hey, this is a game I played today. I wanted to highlight it and talk about some of my decision making. So if I wanted to do that, that's what I would do. I would talk about my decision making through the game. All right, so this game also confirms the theory. All right, theory confirmed. Eternus. All right. You love the Meta Reports videos? Yeah, thank you. The Meta Report is probably the most successful thing that I've created, in the sense that it's definitely like the type of video that brings people back, and people love that type of series. So, I've got to find more stuff like that. I want to do like small little tidbits. I want to take inspiration from like Dota streamers like Zico Exotics, for those that are familiar. That guy's my king. Anyone in the chat knows Zico Exotics? I actually so I used to watch this Dota streamer called Zico Exotics, and he made YouTube videos. I started watching him when he had like 500 subs on YouTube. I think he's got like over 50k now. And he would do like these reviews for like his members and stuff. He would essentially like he was very educational, and he would like review some of his viewer games, and you could just like put your match ID in the chat and he would check it out. And it was awesome. I like sent the game for review or whatever, and yeah, it was like super sick, and he had like great energy. He was very wholesome. He streamed and he had like a similar vibe to me, I want to say, in the sense that he was mostly wholesome. Obviously everyone gets frustrated when they play the game. I get frustrated too, but he was positive energy. And so that's one of my inspirations. BSJ also a big inspiration, of course. So yeah. Sent you a picture. I need your thoughts. Let's take a look here. Can I show this on stream, Rena? Can I show this on stream? You can? Okay. Alright, stream. Let's give the thoughts. 1 sec. So Reno made a little tier list. This is his tier list. Yeah, I agree, Lass, about the educational smurfing. But then he kind of like, you know, he made an honest mistake and then he corrected it by making educational smurfing series with only members of his community, not random matchmaking. So he did fix it, but I agree. Why is IV B? Okay, that's true. IV should be A, for sure. Maybe S, depending. Obviously, I also personally think Mirage is S tier. That's just me, though. I think he's very strong. Viscous A, that's fine. I mean, all of the S tier heroes, I mostly agree. I might disagree with... I might disagree with Gaius being S tier. She might be A. I don't know if she's S at the moment, but she's... but I'm fine with it. I don't think it's a huge thing. Abrams not S. You can put Abrams S or A. I think it depends. I think I might have overestimated him a little bit. He might be A. I don't know. He's very strong, though, for sure. And by the way, this is not my tier list, chat. This is Rena's tier list. I want to make that clear. Okay, I don't associate. Okay, so Ivy I have a big problem with. Holiday being B I have a big problem with as well. Vindicta being C I have a problem with. I think Vindicta's probably B or A. Most of these others are fine. Most of the others are fine. I'm fine with Lash there. I'm fine with 7 there. 7 could be A maybe, but all of the A tier heroes are definitely at least A tier. So it's not bad. It's not a bad list. It's not a bad list. I'd say I'll give the list A for, you know, it's an A tier list. It's not an S tier list, but A tier. This tier list isn't my exact opinion, therefore it is invalid. Exactly. It's an A tier tier list. Is an S tier just your tier list? I don't even know if my tier list is an S tier list. I had people ask me if my tier list was rage bait. I think they thought it was rage bait because I put like Mo and Krill C tier or something. And so I think that people were just upset that I put Mo and Krill C tier because he like CCs you for 4 seconds. And I think people didn't really like that. Infernus S was the main thing? I didn't put Infernus in S. Ivy is like whatever until you abuse her ult. I mean, yeah, but her ult is insane. I mean, all of Ivy's abilities are insane, realistically. She has like a super strong kit. I don't know. I think for the average player, I do agree Ivy might not be B, but if you look at win rates, Ivy also has an insane win rate, so clearly even the average player can perform well on her. She has iframe that heals her. She has a global ultimate, essentially. Tether is just like crazy value. She has a good gun and a good spirit build, so she's very versatile. I think realistically, in the hands of good players, so not me, she's got to be at least A. Oh wait, I don't know if Ivy's a she actually. I think she is. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into Ivy's gender, guys. This is a risky discussion. Okay, Ivy is whatever gender the lore says. I am innocent. Please do not cancel me. Ivy goons out there, forgive me.
Green water is under attack.
The Ivy Gooners rise up, bro. Please don't rise up. Stay down. Ivy Gooners, please stay down. Do not rise up.
Quit wasting my time.
Okay, so how did we just get a 20k lead? It's gotta be earned, right? Okay, the Ivy Gooners are coming out. You are canceled because you didn't take a stand. Okay, so it's earn, right? Wait. Yeah, so they get the earn, and then they win the fight. Right? That's gotta be it. They get the earn, and do they win the fight? Yeah, so they get 2 kills. They get 3 kills, and then they get a walker. Yeah, so earn, and then they get a walker. So earn fight, extremely important. This is part of the video, right? The earn fights, essentially the trifecta of ending the game is you win an earn fight around 15-20 minutes. you gain a small to significant lead, and then you win another fight, you get mid-boss. Those are the steps, right? It's like a ladder. It's very simple. Ivy is a rat, so it's a it. Alright, calm yourself, Madmu. You're gonna get into some trouble. Ivy Gooners, take him out.
Thought you were making progress. Turn them to ashes.
Alright, one sec. Let's draw the ladder, okay? One sec. Let me do start drawing. Okay, so we're gonna call this one sec. Okay. We're gonna call this the snowball ladder, okay? This is educational, the snowball ladder. This is deadlock content right here, okay? So this is the snowball ladder. What do we think about this color? No, I'll just do white. Okay, so the snowball ladder. So how it goes is essentially you want to get a lead. So initial lead is obtained either through stealing their farm or first turn. So that's step one. Usually around 0 to 5k lead. This usually happens between 0 and 15 minutes. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, ooh, that's a little too zoomed in. What tool is this? I like this. This is Excalibur. Not sponsored, by the way, but please sponsor me, Excalibur. You guys are lit. So initial lead, and then you've got the second. So this is the second step. So this is the second step, and this is obtained, you know, through. This is obtained either through second earned plus fight or walker plus fight. So if you win a fight, and then you get either the second earn or a walker, this will usually net you a 10 to 15k lead in the mid game. Usually this will net you a 10 to 15k lead, and this will happen sometime between the 15 to 20 minute mark usually. That's kind of how you get that second step of lead, right? So this is 15 to 20 minute mark. Are we saying that this turn is important enough that if you lose a guardian or a walker, you should always try to win it? It depends. It depends. There's no always. This is deadlock. It's a nuance, right? And then the third layer is essentially once previous steps obtained, one fight or pick or advantage equals mid-boss equals win. And this usually happens within the 15 to 25 minute mark. Equals 90% win rate. So that's essentially how the funnel goes, right? I'm going to take my laser pointer for the people at home. The snowball ladder, okay? Initial lead, you steal their farm. So this is either boxes. This could be boxes. This could be enemy jungle. This could be sinner sacrifices, whatever. Or the first earn, or both, and or both. This can always be and or both. This is how you obtain your usual 0 to 5k lead. You can also win lane, but I'm not gonna bet. I'm not gonna bank on that because that's not reliable to do in pubs because you can't control the two other lanes, right? So this is how you obtain your first 0 to 5k lead. This is between 0 to 15 minutes. Once you have that, you usually further that lead by getting either the second earn and a fight. So usually these are always these things, and these things are always accompanied by a fight, right? You very rarely will get the second earn or the walker without a fight. So if you get either a walker or the second earn plus a fight that you win, you're going to get a 10 to 15k lead total. You're going to be in this situation. And then, don't you usually climb ladders from bottom to top? Okay, true. The snowball, I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. We're going to keep it like this. And then, to win the game, once you have a 10 to 15k lead, the moment you get a fight or a pick, or you have a good mid-boss comp, some sort of advantage, you mid-boss. And then you get a 90% win rate. So far, every game we've seen except one has proven this theory correct. Slope. Okay, I'll call it the slope. I'll call it the slope. Good call, guys. Good call. Snowball slope. And then I'll do a little drawing like this. Oh, that's like, whoa, that's kind of artistic. That's kind of artsy. Let's do a little color. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm an artist. It's not a big deal. Graphic design is my passion. Exactly. You get it. So, let's take a look at this game. So, you look at this game, for example, right? I just had a dude in game who blamed you having influence over Yoshi for why Paradox Swap doesn't cancel Lash Ult. He's right, though. No, actually, he's not right. Paradox is a pretty hard counter to Lash. Well, not hard counter, but, you know, if I had my way, Paradox would not be, well, let's just say Paradox would have been a C tier hero a long time ago. If I had my way, that's all I'm gonna say. So let's just look at this game real quick. Oh, what just happened? Oh. Is Fury Trans good on Haze? It can be. Invert time and soul, so it's the same as first line. Oh yeah, true. Good point. Let's do that real quick, 1 sec. Oh shit, my bad. So in this game, for example, they've already done the first and second step, right? They got the first step, and then they got the second step, and so now they're on step 3. So the moment that this team wins a fight or gets any advantage, they should go mid boss, right?
I see biscuit.
So here it looks like they're gonna win a fight. They got 2 kills, so they're probably just gonna go mid.
I see Lash.
So they're chasing a little bit. They're going for this walker. I mean, whatever. They're going for the walker. Realistically, they could just go mid right now. This is, you know, kind of pointless, but whatever. You know, they really want... This is what I mean, like, though. This is kind of pointless. They could have just gone mid, but instead they go for the walker. And now surely they will go mid when people get a wipe. I think the main thing is a lot of people feel like they need way more than they actually need to go mid. What is that, Lash building, though? Should we check? Oh. Okay. So they've got a 30k lead, and now if you ever get in this situation with mid boss, this should be a guaranteed win, essentially, barring like miracles from the enemy team. You should never lose. You said you're getting a nasty pin here, and I did. All right. So focus is part of the problem. No, I got it. Got it. My own mods are contributing.
Spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
New meta Lash build I just haven't caught on yet. True.
I see ghost.
Because I'm E6 and you are Oracles. Wait, we got some BM from Comrade. We've got some BM. Alright, so focuses game. Theory confirmed. Okay, so essentially, just to reiterate, we're gonna go back to the whiteboard a little bit, okay? So we're gonna do a little I'm gonna draw a triangle. Oh fuck. Fuck. How are we gonna do a triangle? Okay, wait, here. Oh. Okay, wait. Oh. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good triangle. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad triangle. Oh. Oh. Can I group them? Wrap, selection, and frame. What does that do? Oh, wait. I got a frame. Oh. Oh. Yeah, let's undo that. How do I undo that? Okay. Isn't there a triangle tool? There might be. Is there? Oh, yeah, there is. Wait, no, there's not. That's not a triangle. Where's the triangle? Control G. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Yo, thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Once again, chat interaction has been farmed. This is what I like to call the winning... What's trifecta? We'll call it the winning trifecta, okay? It's very simple, okay? It's urns. It's urns. It's mid-boss. And it's walkers. Okay. These are the things that matter most in the game. Everybody knows this. Okay. If you don't know this, well, I'm here to teach you. Okay. Mid-boss on top. Does the order matter? Yeah, I mean, yeah, the order does matter. You're right. So essentially, no, you're actually completely correct. This would be here, like, this would be like resources. Shit. This would be like resources, right? So you're taking their resources. And essentially either of those can get you like a lead. And then the lead culminates into mid-boss. Is that crazy? Am I dumb for making this triangle like this? You've got the lead. The hierarchy of needs. Wait, I need to do that. I need to do the Maslow pyramid or whatever the fuck. And essentially, how you get there. Wait. Oh, wait. I can put it in there. Wait a second. I'll just do objectives. This is objectives. Wait, what if I do layers? Wait a second. Okay, so I'll just do a line here. Okay, it's coming together. No, it's coming together. It's actually, I'm seeing it. Illuminati. So it's like, this goes in here. Initial lead. This is the initial lead. I need to do like a text. I need to like, how do I? Okay. Okay, so this is kind of like, what if I just, okay. This is a little unintuitive, but we'll get it work. So initial lead here. Do small. Okay, we're getting there, guys. So this is kind of this, and then this is kind of how it culminates. Okay, guys, can we please stop posting Illuminatis in the chat? I am not the Illuminati. Thank you. The deadlock Illuminati is not real. Can we just make that clear? How am I going to get that to fit in? And then the final, okay, I need to add a final step, and this is victory. This will simply be, that's exactly what the Illuminati would say. That's just not true, guys. Victory. Okay. I think this triangle is actually lit. The snowball slope, the winning trifecta. Okay, guys. Which one makes more sense? The winning trifecta or the snowball slope? If I have to show one on the video, which one do I show? The winning trifecta? The triangle? Alright. What am I using? I'm using Excalibur. It's called Excalibur right there. Okay. Alright, we're gonna look at some other games just to confirm the theory, okay? What did I just tune into, guys? My wife is at work. She just tuned in. Sophie, I'm working on it. At least save it. Oh, don't worry. Excalibur is like online. It saves everything. Saves everything. Why would you be concerned? Triangle, but please connect the bottom left corner before. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, I can't. I can't ungroup it. Oh wait, no, I can. Oh wait, I connected the bottom left corner. Right, let's go. Now I need to adjust everything though. Subbing if next video supports theory. All right, you're about to see. You're about to see. It's going to support it. I promise you it's going to support it. Look at this. This looks like the type of video that's going to support it. I'm not denying the cult. I'm not a cult. And make none of the corners touch. Oh, that'd be funny. GG, redo the whole thing. Unconnect all triangles. That's exactly what you can't win. Guys, I just want you to know For those that for those of you that have a wife out there, you already know. But for those of you that don't, if you get a wife, she's just gonna watch you. She wants you to fail. She's against you. Okay. She wants you to fail. It is what it is. My wife is my #1 hater and the #1 lover, but both at the same time. They're both true. They're both true. #1 supporter and #1 hater. What is going on over here with all the cold talk? I'm not talking. I made a pyramid, and now everyone thinks I'm the Illuminati. Yo, guys, tomorrow I'm going to see Mission Impossible. Has anyone seen it? Is it good? Can you blame them? Yeah, I can. All right, guys. We're gonna prove the theory. Okay, we're going to prove the theory right here. So, even game at 10 minutes, right? How do they obtain the first lead? How is the first lead obtained? Okay, so it pretty much stays an even lead. 2K lead. Who's getting money? The Ivy's got a bunch of money. This guy's got 6,900 souls unspent. It was good. Slow to start. Really good sense at the end. Okay. It's peak. Okay. The talk is just... The cold talk is just Twitch chat? Yeah, exactly. YouTube knows I'm not a cult. Right, guys? We're seeing it in theater? Yeah. Don't go if you don't like deep water. Okay. This conversation is not... Guys, have you guys ever seen a more wife message in your life? Look at the message that she just typed in chat. Have you guys ever seen a more wife message in your life? This conversation is not over, period. We will be talking when I get home from work. Like, what? Like, what is that? What did I do?
Let's push green. Let's push green.
Okay, so they're kind of skipping the first pillar in this game. It kind of looks like they're going straight to the walkers. They're not really following the pillars in this game. Well, it doesn't look like it's working either. Maybe they should be following the pillars. I don't know. Maybe they should be.
Vindictus missing.
Doesn't really look like it's working. Can you make a doghouse macro guide? What the hell is doghouse? I'm sleeping in the cat tree tonight. Yeah, true. What did I do is the most used reaction by a married man. I've come to know that it's not about what you did. It's about what you didn't do. Oh. Oh, God. What didn't I do? Oh, jeez. What didn't I do, man? Okay. I mean, so far, the first lead hasn't really been achieved. It's just, you know... Essentially, it's a very even game. Oh, they actually got the first lead here. How do they get the first lead? Who got money? Oh, they got a 3K lead. I said it's a 0 to 5K lead, right? So they've obtained a slight lead by essentially just farming their farm, right? They farmed. They're a little bit more farmed. They got cultist sacrifice, whatever. The first step of the triangle has kind of been skipped. They could have had a 6K lead if they just ran the urn. That's all good. By the way, you will get extra punishment for saying "What did I do?" ? Okay, taking notes. So now the second, okay, but anyway, they got a lead somehow, right? They got a lead. They got a lead, and that's all that matters. So this team, they have a lead, right? And now they will probably further their lead by following the second pillar of the pyramid, the second layer, which is walkers and/or urn. So they are doing the second stage at this point. They're doing walkers. So Ivy's just not committing for this walker. He's a little scared. He could realistically just kill the walker if he really wanted to, but that's all good. You know, he's a little afraid. He's playing it safe. He's playing it safe. I would have killed the walker personally. He got the walker, and now the second layer of the pyramid has been achieved. So now all that is left is the third layer. And now the mistake that people make is they take too long between the third and the second and the third layer of the pyramid. Right, because here they've got a 20k lead. First of all, in this situation, you have to make sure to pick up the urn, right? Not picking up this urn leaves a chance for the enemies to come back into the game. So here, like, you really need to pick up this urn and not leave it there, because they can just pick it up and get a comeback urn. In fact, they might do that. Hayes is heading over. Oh, never mind. Hayes is looking for the kill instead. And Hayes will now pick... Oh, wait. Never mind. She didn't die. Yo, guys, you just gotta pick up the urn. No. Nobody cares about the urn at this rank. Fuck. Alright, great question. Deathy, let's say the game is even at like 12 minutes, you win a fight. Do you get Guardians or do you get urn? Well, it depends. If it's one Guardian, you get urn. But it depends. Do you need a flex slot? There's a couple questions to answer there. But generally, the urn is better than one Guardian, but the urn is equal or worse to 2 Guardians.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Any new members official for TF2 Boomers? Yeah, so we picked up Naked, for those that didn't know. So Naked's official. As far as the last member at the moment, we are still trialing. But Naked is the official pickup. I'm pretty excited about having picked up Naked. I mean, I think he's obviously a really good player. And I think that he's going to be really good for the team as well, because as far as I'm aware, I don't really think that Naked's like ever quit a team that he's been on. And that's really what we're looking for, is we're looking for people for the long haul. I personally don't really mind if we, you know, if we lose or whatever. Like, obviously I want to win, but I'm in it for the long haul. And we want people that are positive influences on the community as well. And I think Naked is like, I've never seen Naked really be toxic or anything like that. Okay, so here they fucked up the second stage. They gave the enemy team the comeback urn, right? They needed to finish the second stage by grabbing the urn and furthering their lead. So the theory remains true. This is a user error. They fucked up the second stage of the pyramid, and now the lead is not so significant anymore. But we'll see when they do mid. What is oh yeah, we're playing Fight Night this week. We're playing Fight Night this week on Wednesday. We'll probably lose first round, realistically. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, I hope to win, but we are not practiced, and I would not say that we're in, like, tournament-ready shape, but we just want to play. We just want to play. We just want to get the reps in. We want to give the people what they want to see, so we're going to be playing. Do you have any vids about running urn? Maybe really long time ago, but this is... I'm working on my next video as we speak, you know, so this is kind of the research for it. Okay, so back to stage 2, okay? You have to clear stage 2. You have to get that, like, 10 to 15k lead. So here, Ivy, he got the walker. He's taking care of stage 2. And now they're winning this fight. This could be mid-boss angle. This could be a mid-boss angle, potentially. However, the urn is being ran. Okay, they're completing stage 2. They're completing stage 2 of the pyramid right now. We're seeing... This is literally like the ancient Egyptians building their pyramid. They're doing stage 2. Stage 2 has been done. Stage 3 can be completed. Or are they going to go mid? Come on. You've got 3 kills. Surely you go mid. Oh my god, they're going mid. They're completing stage 3. They're completing it. Alright, guys. I just want to remember, we're going to pause right here. Okay, we're going back to the pyramid, guys. We're checking it out. This is the pyramid. It's very simple. Initial lead obtained either by stealing their farm or first urn. Did they do that? They didn't do first urn. Now, let me get a laser pointer so I can point. So they did not do this, but they did do this. So they stole some of their resources. But they didn't get a very big lead, though. Second lead, either second urn plus fight or walker plus fight. How did they obtain? They did third urn. Technically, this was third instead. So they did third urn plus fight. So they won the fight and they got the third urn. That's how they completed the second level. So boom, check. And then this one, well, now they just need to do mid-boss. Because, so essentially, they completed the second layer, and then there was already past 20 minutes, so they could instantly skip. Actually, that's a good point. If past 20 mins, can usually skip. Quickly. So, like, this is kind of like, you know, this is like, boom. Can I curve this? Oh shit. Okay, wait. So this stage can often be skipped quickly. This program, low-key insane. I'm telling you guys, this program is actually gas. I use this when I worked, by the way. I would like be in meetings with people as a consultant, and I'd be like, it'd be like this like 45-year-old guy who, like, I don't know, he runs like maybe like a farm, or he runs like this local like landscaping business, and he's like coming to us for help like automating stuff, and I'd be like, right, here's your customer journey, and then I would start drawing and shit, and they were like, wow, that's a really nice whiteboard. Anyhow. Yo, this Calvin actually tried his best. Yeah, I'm gonna work on upgrading my production quality, Sonic, for sure. I mean, do you guys think using these whiteboards and shit in videos is like good? I did it in my last meta report, and I think it's good, but what do you guys think? It's neat, nice. Need a physical whiteboard? Oh. Oh, a physical whiteboard.
I didn't choose this fight, but I will finish it.
Alright, guys. We've got the whiteboard, okay? We've got the whiteboard. Let's make the pyramid. Let me clear the whiteboard. We move the...
You're the classiest gargoyle I've ever had the pleasure of selling guns to, Ivy. Now go out there and impose your will.
Let's make the pyramid. Okay. Mid boss. Guys, you probably can't see shit.
I see Infernus.
So mid boss, we
Infernus
got
is missing.
Burn.
Pick up shit.
We got Walker. Wait, we'll leave it like this. Visible on the screen? This is not really that visible at all.
I'm going in.
And it's got the light shining all over it. I need like a math whiteboard. This is a problem. The light reflects off of it pretty bad.
You have proven yourself.
Game too loud? My bad, guys. Yeah, it doesn't really... You know, we'll have to work on this. We need a whiteboard cam. You're actually correct. If I gift a sub, can you get your name on the whiteboard? No. Why did I buy that? It'd be cool, right? That's actually exactly what I told my wife when I bought this whiteboard. I said, oh yeah, this might come in handy. Yeah, sorry guys. I was far from the mic just because I need like a headset or something, you know? Theory held up. We need cat cam. Where's my cat right now? I don't know where he is. I have two cats. I don't know where either of them are. Theory confirmed. Okay, guys, we're going to look at more. We still got a couple games to go through just to confirm the theory. Yo, thank you for the sub. XOAT, thank you. Alright, I'll move the whiteboard because it's low-key kind of distracting. One sec. You like the background plants? Thank you. They're mostly courtesy of my wife. Theory is definitely confirmed. Yeah, but like we can look at a couple more and see if there's anything I'm missing. I mean, this is Emissary. If Emissary confirms this... I mean, it's okay. Well, this one they have a 50k lead at 20 minutes. Okay, this one might not be worth watching. 50k lead at 20 minutes. Yeah, we're not gonna watch that one. You definitely need to explain how to play against teams that are progressing through the stages of the pyramid. That's true. Good job on the pyramid scheme. What are you? It's not a pyramid scheme. Just got here. What's the theory? All right, for the people that just got here, I will repeat the theory, okay? We're going to go back to the triangle. Once again, you guys will get to see this piece of art, okay? that I called the winning trifecta. One sec. Here we go. So we've got the winning trifecta. Okay. And the theory is that once you... Oh, one sec. Let me make 90% win rate guaranteed. And I'm going to put this in like green. 90% win rate guaranteed. If you get here. If you get to the top. Once you get to the top of the pyramid scheme, I mean trifecta, you get a guaranteed 90% win rate. Okay? Just know this. It's a fact. If you get here, 90% win rate guaranteed. So, how you ascend the pyramid, for those that just got here, right? This is the theory. It's very simple. Initial lead. So this is 0 to 15 minutes, okay? In fact, let me write this, okay? 0 to 15 mins. Well, we're going to write this. 0 to 15 minutes. This is usually 15 to 20 mins. And then this is usually 15 to 25 minutes. For this one. And here I'll just move the lead a little higher. Actually, I'll just remove this. Who cares about this? Who the fuck cares? This makes more sense anyway. So, the theory is that these are the essential steps in order to have a much higher likelihood of winning your games, right? This is how you kind of ascend through a game of deadlock. So you obtain your initial lead. Of course, the easiest way to obtain an initial lead is to win the laning stage, but that's not realistic all the time, so I didn't even put it here. If you come out of the laning stage even, how do you obtain an initial lead? You do the first earn, or you steal some of their resources, right? That's usually how you get a lead at 0 to 15 minutes. Getting walkers at that time, most of the time, is unrealistic. So it's either, so it's guardians, stealing their jungle, stealing their sinner sacrifices, or doing the earn. That's level 1. You ascend to the second level, by either getting the second earn and winning the fight there. So you get the second earn and they fight you, you win the fight. Or you get a walker and you win a fight. So sometimes you might win the fight and then get the walker. It doesn't really matter what order you're doing them in. But essentially, this is how you clear the second level, which gives you a lead. This will give you around a 10 to 15k lead, right? So let's adjust a couple things. So the timestamps will be in this color, and then we'll put the lead in the green color. So this is green color. We have this. Usually you'll have a 10 to 15k lead at this stage. This stage it'll be 0 to 5k, right? And then this stage, it's kind of like 15 to 25k. With this lead, you can essentially, you can end the game. If you have this lead, you can end the game. You don't need more than this. You don't need 50k to end the game. You just need this. This is not Paint. This is Excalibur. Dude, they really should sponsor me. This is like the best ad for their software ever. This is like the best ad for their software ever. They really should sponsor me. Anyhow. Yeah, so you move through these essentially. And what happens a lot of the time is I see two mistakes, right? Either people don't do these things, so they literally just completely ignore these. And what people will do is they'll just fight randomly, just take random fights, not around these. If you're fighting and your fights are not around these layers of the pyramid, well, first of all, you're not part of the Illuminati. And second of all, you're throwing your games. It's really that simple. That's the theory. And the theory is if you get here, you will win 90% of the time. Now, 90%... Nah, I was going to say it's exaggerated, but it's not even exaggerated. If you get here, I legitimately believe that you will win 90% of the time. If you make it here, you'll win. Take notes. So, that's the theory for the people that just joined. Thank you, Deathy. That's a really cool chart. Of course, of course. It's going to be in the video. Don't worry, guys. It's going to be in the video. That's weird, says Ranger. That's almost like the chart I tell everyone. Crazy, right? Wait, Ranger, you want to take a screenshot, bro? You want to use this? Feel free, man. Here, you want a screenshot, bro? Take the screenshot. This is the Illuminati trifecta. Okay? Now, Ranger, this is not new. I made a video on this like 9 months ago, and it's essentially the same thing. The only thing is that nowadays, this step... Okay, so the difference is that this step nowadays is so much stronger than it was previously. Like, this step is so much easier to succeed. The 15 to 25 minute mark. Ending the game is incredibly easy right now, in my opinion. If you know what you're doing. Like, ending the game is actually like, you end the game so fast. Now, this is the winning trifecta. Sophie, don't twist my words. Don't twist my words. Anyhow. So, wait, one sec. I need to, like, edit something, by the way. This should not be objectives and earn. This should be, like, this should be time. Right? This should be time, and this should be net worth, right? Net worth lead. Anyway. It's easy to end the game when you have the underground society working for you. True. I feel like at this point, Ranger and NA, the top couple of teams in NA have a pretty good idea about this, at least at this point. But for a while, it's true that I was pretty hit or miss, but I feel like now we have a decent read on this. But maybe not. I could be crazy. I could be crazy. Maybe you should change the mid boss at the top. Nah, mid boss is the top of the pinnacle. You can't change my mind on this. Mid boss is the final boss. You beat mid boss, you win the game. You played a game with you and Wage last week. You appreciate your positive attitude. You were the heroic aura Kelvin who spammed rescue beam on Wage. Let's go. Yo, thank you for doing that. Wage, I'm sure appreciates you. And we appreciate you for building a heroic aura and rescue beam. You're a pillar of the community. Don't change who you are. Isn't the patron the final boss? Okay, you could say, but I think mid boss. Okay, hear me out. I think if mid boss and the patron 1v1, I think mid boss wins. I think he clears. I think mid boss wins. Easy. No contest. I'll take. What, you guys think the patron's gonna fucking clap the mid boss? Nah, mid boss is like literally made of fucking like a goo creature. He's gonna fucking clear him. That's all I'm saying. The patrons, have you guys seen the patrons shoot their beams? They're like stormtroopers. They miss heroes all the time.
And you will finally be saved.
They're literally stormtroopers. Patron can't melee, so mid boss wins. Wait. Mid boss doesn't move, yeah, but I carry him on a chariot. Wait, you know what we need in this game? We need Centaur Warrunner's Aghanim Scepter. Have you guys dude, Centaur Ags is so like, for those that follow Dota, bro, you just put someone in a little cart. We need that. I want to put my like, I don't know. I want to put my ulting 7 in a little cart and just carry him around. Kind of like IV ult, but like a cart. All right, let's move forward and see. Well, that's a bit of a red rainbow right there. Okay, so we're gonna move straight to the second layer of the pyramid right now. Okay, so the second layer of the pyramid has kind of been obtained, but they kind of failed a little bit, right? They didn't get this walker, and they lost the fight. So overall, they kind of failed a little bit, but they are getting their slight lead, right? But to complete the second layer of the pyramid, you need usually like a lead that's about 10k. You need like a 10k lead to complete it. We need next a player advantage chart. In what context do you mean exactly? That's a very vague thing. There's a lot of charts we need to make. One chart that we need to make is understanding power levels. Oh, what do you do when you have player ad? Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. I didn't think that's what you meant, actually. One thing that I want to cover is like how to understand your, like, what to do with your power level relative through the game, right? Because I think people kind of like understand this subconsciously, but they don't really get it in the sense that, like, I feel like a lot of people don't really think about their power spikes. Like, I think the average player doesn't really think about their power spikes very much and doesn't understand that power in a MOBA is not linear, but rather goes through stages, right? And that every time you hit a power spike, you are stronger relative to other people, even if they are ahead of you in net worth a little bit sometimes, just because of the nature of how power works. Pre-15 minutes, if you touch a walker, you should literally be banned. I mean, with how much damage troopers do, I don't want to say, but generally I agree with you. 90% of the time I agree with you. Here's the thing. There's exceptions to every rule, but in order to understand when the exceptions apply, you need to respect the rule first. You know what I mean? And I think 99% of the player base doesn't even understand the rule in the first place, so they shouldn't worry about exceptions. So I agree with you. How do we figure out when the power spikes are? I mean, you'll have to stay tuned for that. No, but that'll probably be in a video that I cover soon-ish, probably. I mean, I've got a lot of ideas for really good content and stuff, I think. I've never seen more games lost in comp than when people... No, I mean, I agree with you. Don't touch walkers until 15. Generally speaking, until 15 minutes, walkers are not really an objective. Guys, do we need to go back to the pyramid? We've spent a lot of time on this pyramid, and people were still talking about the walkers pre-15 minutes. Guys, 0 to 15 minutes. You're at this level of the... You're at this level, okay? You're right here. What do? First earn, or you steal their farm. Okay? And you... I guess I should add taking guardians. I'll add taking guardians, stealing their farm, or first earn. This is what you do. First level, 0 to 15 minutes. This is what you do. Every single one of your actions from 0 to 15 minutes generally should be this. Take guardian, steal their farm, or do the first earn. That should be it. Now, there are situations in which it's good to hit a walker before 15 minutes. But those are the exceptions. Those are not the rule. Anyhow. Here, let's see in this game. One second, I've got something in my eye.
Let's go mid.
Someone already said, let's go mid. There's no way. Okay, he got 3 kills. Wait. Could they have gone mid? Maybe not. What do you say? Wait, someone's on mid. Too late. Could they have gone mid? Let's rewind. Let's analyze. Could they have gone mid? They're down 2 here. What's going on? So they got 3 kills. If you look at the positioning, none of them are nearby. They're playing against Viscous. Nah, they can't go mid here. You can't go mid here, I think. It's too risky.
Let's go mid.
Does creep damage increase over time? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Should I go to other guardians immediately after I get mine, or farm a bit? I mean, you don't need to necessarily go to other guardians immediately. You can steal their farm, right? So you should be doing one. You should be doing some. If you have a lead, so if you took your guardian, you should be doing something that's part of the first layer of the pyramid. Now, taking guardians is an option, but stealing their farm or doing the owner is another option. So you should do the option that is best for your game at the time. Now, I won't be able to tell you which option is best for your game because there's too many variables. But if you're a farming hero, stealing their farm is a great option if you're strong. When is it ever a good time to go mid-boss when it first spawns? Like, why make it spawn so early if you couldn't ever do it? Technically, you can. It's just extremely risky. But if you... I mean, we've seen mid-bosses very early in comp. Like, you can do mid-boss at, like, 12 minutes, 13 minutes if you just meet the conditions for it, and if your comp is really good at doing mid-boss. So if you have good secure for it, you know, you could. Okay, so they're not completing the second layer of the trifecta at the moment. They're not running the urn, right? This would be if they ran the urn here. This would be completing the second layer of the trifecta. Yeah, that is your elo, Sonic, for sure. Mid boss can definitely be done earlier than 20 minutes. Okay, so they're completing the second layer. They've won a fight. They're gonna take a walker. This is the second layer, very simply. They've won a fight. They take a walker, and now that the second layer is finished, they can go mid boss if they want. Now they have time to go mid boss here. They've won a fight again. So here, going for lane guardians, in my opinion, slightly bait. They're chasing way too deep. The entire time that this is taking them to do this, they could have done mid boss. Now they probably still have time to go mid boss. Going in the base here is almost certainly bait, because here's the thing. If you get mid boss here, I'm pretty sure you just win the game. Like, here, pushing the base, they have the risk of them defending, the Viscous stalling, they might not be able to down. If they just back up and get mid boss, then they end the game. I guess the last layer of the pyramid is push base. It's not victory, it's just push the base. Whoops. And push the base can happen pretty much anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. I'll just say 20 plus. 20 minutes plus. One sec, I'm adjusting the pyramid, guys. Adjusting the pyramid. Time, net worth lead. 20 minutes plus, push base. Makes sense. Ospec and his boys rush Abrams ult to take mid after first turn fight. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. No one runs in at that level. Well, that's about to change. That's about to change.
Pull back.
Where does the ARAM continuous deathmatch fit into the triangle? Green 6 here. All right, well, Mr. Green 6, if you're not in the triangle, you need to get in it. Deadlock is not a very inclusive game. If you're doing random shit that doesn't fit into the triangle, unfortunately, you need to fit into the triangle. What lane gets earned first? Yellow. It's always yellow. Some team comps are really good at defending base, I found. Yeah, until you get mid-boss and then you push into their base with mid-boss, with Rejuve Troopers. Rejuve Troopers, no comp can defend against Rejuve Troopers. No comp can defend against Rejuve Troopers.
You get your revenge? Remember who helped you.
I'm pretty sure you have an example of a game where my team followed the pyramid, took mid, couldn't manage to end, and we almost lost. There are going to be examples of those, but most likely it's because, well, as you said in your second comment, your lead was probably too small. If your lead is 15 to 25k, you can end. Every time. There's almost no exceptions. What's up, Soko? I'm working on a video about how to end games. How to end games. You want to see the pyramid? I mean, I've shown a lot of people. I'm going to show the pyramid again. This is the winning trifecta, okay? This is the winning trifecta. So, it's very simple. This is time here. This is net worth lead. And you have to essentially move through the tiers to win the game. This is the path that you want to take, ideally every game if you can. All of your actions should lead towards you taking this path. So you get your initial lead. You do this by, let me get my laser pointer. You do this by either taking the Guardian, stealing their farm, or doing the first earn. And usually this gives you a 0 to 5k lead. As you can see right here, a 0 to 5k net worth lead. Then you further your lead either by doing the second earn plus a fight, or a walker plus a fight. Usually if you take a walker, you'll fight first and then get the walker, but sometimes it's the opposite. But anyway, this is usually you win one fight and you get either the second earn or a walker. What do you mean a quadfecta? It still has 3 points. I'm going to keep it a trifecta. It sounds nicer. And then the third step is once you've completed this, one fight and or pick or advantage equals mid-boss. Once these two steps are cleared and you're 10 to 15k lead, one fight, one pick, or even ult advantage, mid-boss win. Boom. It's over. You win the game. Really that simple. It's really that simple at the end of the day. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Guys, legally speaking, you can now use me as an argument in voice chat. Once I release this video, if one of your teammates doesn't want to do mid-boss, you can say, you haven't watched the latest Deathy video, clearly. Time to call it what it is, a pyramid. It's not, it's a trifecta, but you wouldn't get it. Wouldn't you need more than just one pick to do mid-boss at 15 to 25 minutes? No, you wouldn't. One pick is enough, as long as your comp is not terrible at mid-boss. If you have a 15 to 25k lead, if your lead is 15 to 25k, or sorry, if your lead is 10 to 15k, and you get one pick, most of the time, that is enough to do mid-boss, unless their comp is significantly better than you at mid-boss and they have a lot of contest. But in these games, if your comp is decent at mid-boss, you can usually do it. Now, there are situations in which you can't. If their comp is very good at contesting mid-boss, they have Dynamo, they have a Max Abrams ult, there are situations in which you can't, but most of the time you can. Thank you for the Prime Resonance. What's the trifecta? If you want to come back from people following the trifecta, I guess we'll have to wait for episode 2. I guess we'll have to wait for episode 2. I mean, the trifecta is you really, you hope that they fuck up. And you obviously, if you know what they want to do, then you try to prevent them from doing this, from doing these things, you know? Where's the surgery pyramid? You do this all by yourself, that's fair. Hey, Deathius, maybe a super big ask. You posted a lash montage. Would you be willing to review it? I don't know what review it means. If it's just a YouTube video of lash clips, I'm not going to review it, but you can send it to me on Discord and I'll check it out. Essentially, send it to me on Discord. I'll check it out. And who knows? I mean, best case scenario, I like it enough to share it with people. Worst case scenario, I tell you, hey, I don't really like it, right? You've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, guys, I do respond to every DM that I get. Unless you're weird. Had to clarify real quick. I do respond to DMs. Unless you're weird. But moving on. I've seen McGinnis solo steal mid-boss with wall. I underestimate the scuff of Archon. Thank you, Yoshi. No, I mean, obviously things are gonna things like that are gonna happen. That's why it's only a 90% win rate strat. There should be an exam before logging into Deadlock. Yo, maybe Deadlock should hire me to do new player guides. Maybe I'll speak to Yoshi. Yo, Yoshi, can I do some new player guides?
Softening him up.
Sorry, check DM. I just sent that message from Future. Wait, what? Oh, interesting. I'm assuming you don't want me to talk about this on stream average. But I guess nothing's confirmed, so we'll see.
Let's take out Wraith.
Anyhow, moving on. Yeah, of course. You're so funny, guy. I love you, man. Hey, thank you, Sultai. I appreciate you. Opinion on matchmaking. I'm hard stuck with new players in Archon. Look, matchmaking is a little rough. It is what it is, unfortunately. It's a price we must pay. We have to suffer with matchmaking that is not great. I would say, honestly, the matchmaking... I think that the matchmaking issue is a bit overblown. Does matchmaking kind of suck? Yes. But is it really a complete disaster? Most of the time when I see people say, what is this matchmaking? And I look at the games that they send me, a lot of the time, it's like, you just got owned. And like, it happens. Like, I mean, people will lose games in 25 minutes and they'll think, what is this matchmaking? But it's like... sometimes you just lose in 25 minutes. Like, that doesn't mean it's bad matchmaking. People associate getting rolled with bad matchmaking. Now, am I saying bad matchmaking doesn't exist? No, there is bad matchmaking. When you see, like, Eternus 1 versus Phantom 3 on the scoreboard, you know the matchmaking fucked up pretty bad. So it does happen for sure. I'm not saying it doesn't, but yeah.
The stronghold.
I would never leak anything, by the way. Did you read the YouTube chat? Which YouTube chat? I've been reading YouTube chat, yeah. Can you tell us about some of your weirdest DMs you've received? Oof. Oh, actually, today I received a pretty weird one, but it wasn't that weird. But like, it's a funny story. Today I received a DM from like a random person. It's not even Deadlock related at all. I just got a DM, and it was this person saying like, "Hey, this person is trying to recruit sugar babies or something," and I was like, "What?" And then. It's like this random person in a Discord that I created for English majors for Concordia University like 5 years ago, and I haven't been in that Discord for 5 years. And I'm like, I just respond to the person. I'm like, hey, sorry, like I'm, what? And I'm like, I haven't been in that Discord in like 5 years. So I'm like, okay. So that person is like, yeah, no worries, just letting you know. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I guess I'll just delete the Discord. I mean, I created this Discord. I haven't been to it in 5 years. I don't think people are really using it. But clearly some people are, so the Discord's gone now. No trace.
Protect the stronghold.
Last update, the game suddenly decided to send me and my friends into games 3 colors and a few ticks above us. I don't know where it was hell. Yeah. See, when that happens, it sucks. That's definitely a matchmaking diff. If I send you my Ivy x Dynamo x Bebop Love Pyramid fanfic, will you read it on stream? Everything has a price. That's what they say. Everything has a price. That's what I learned when I read the like the message that was like the ooh message. You know what I mean? Those who know versus those who don't know.
Let's go mid.
Shout out to Concordia. True.
Let's go mid.
Let's go. They're in mid. They're in mid.
They're in mid.
Those who know. How many gifted? Well, look, the price is it's gonna be, well, you know, I don't know. Back to the trifecta of winning. I mean, they're gonna go mid here. They've completed the second layer of the pyramid, and now they just need to complete the third. Sometimes you're gonna get stuck on a layer of a pyramid, right? This is what's happening this game. Is they kind of got stuck on the layer of the pyramid. Did they get mid boss once this game already? Is this the second mid boss? Wait, the team that is behind is doing mid boss. Wait a second. Has mid boss been done once already, or is the team that was ahead just didn't do mid boss? I think they could just completed the second layer, but they forgot to do the third, and they just tried to do other stupid shit. What game is this? This is one of the games from my viewers. I think they just legit forgot to do the third layer of the pyramid. I mean, rookie mistake, really. How could you forget to do the third layer? I mean, it does kind of look like they just forgot to do the third part. And then this is what happens when you don't do it. You don't do the third. Oh wait, Calico won it. Oh yeah, they said like too late. Yeah, they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. And then they're gonna get mid boss stolen, and then the game is gonna wait. Why am I watching this game? Someone just lied to me. I asked for people to send me games that are 30 minutes or less. This guy just sent me a 40-minute game. GG. I will say, instead of saying confirmed theory, I will say I was lied to. This was 40 minutes. Okay. Can you find us some Mo secrets so you can place him higher? I don't know if there's any Mo secrets. What are your thoughts on Dynamo ult doing 1,000 damage? There's counters to it. Just spread out, or, you know, buy curse, or have heroes that cancel it. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of an issue. You also need to max it for it to do 1,000 damage, and it needs to be full duration, and you need to have a lot of health, probably. Hey, Deathy, what are your thoughts? No thoughts currently. I can send you the game right after our coaching session where I applied your advice. Is it gonna make me proud if I look at it? Like, can I show the stream and like use this as like, hey guys, today I coached Soko, and then he applied my advice and he won, and he followed the pyramid. He followed the trifecta. Throw lane win game. Yeah, there you go. What are your thoughts on having opinions? That one's tough. Won't answer that one. Classic trick question. All right, I'll check it out real quick. All right, so for those of you that don't know, Soko, loyal supporter of the stream. Thank you, Soko, for all your support. I really do appreciate you. Soko got a coaching session today. Exclamation point coaching for those of you that would like to explore. I think I'm a pretty good coach. Now, Soko, you can say if I'm a bad coach, okay? If I did a bad job, you can say it, right? Now, Soko here didn't really do a lot of damage this game. Also went 1-5, but he won the game. 11k objective damage, right? And from my coaching, maybe I'll teach you how to do more damage, but I will teach you how to win the game. That's what I'll teach you. You know, stats or whatever. Was the pyramid followed in this game? We will see. Was it followed? We're going to check. You had the lane against Mirage and Bebop. Okay, that does sound like a lane from hell. I won't lie. Did Soko follow the goddamn pyramid? I mean, I hope so. I hope so, bro. I hope so. That's what I teach in all my coaching sessions. What's with Calico and Warden doing no damage? Look, he won the game. What do you want from him? He won the game. Calico probably just ran boxes. Yeah, she did. She ran a fair amount. You just tried shoving wave ultra hard? Yeah, I mean, shoving wave against those heroes is a little difficult. I'm gonna skip the laning stage. I'm gonna spare you the trouble. I'll spare you the trouble for the stream. We're just gonna skip past all the red dots. We're gonna skip past all of them.
Mirage is missing.
For the noobs, what's the pyramid? All right, we're gonna do before just real quick because we've reviewed it a lot of times. We're just gonna go over the pyramid once again for anyone that hasn't seen it. This is the pyramid. This is the winning trifecta. Okay, so essentially you go through these steps, right? Let me get my laser pointer. You go through these steps, and this is how you win a game of deadlock. Okay, this is obviously. This is if things go well. Sometimes things don't go well, but a lot of people have trouble closing out games that they're winning. This is not how to come back. This is how to win a game. This is not how to come back from a deficit. This is how to gain a lead and then win the game. First step, gain your initial lead. This happens 0 to 15 minutes, okay? Take Guardians, steal their farm, or get the first turn. These are the 3 things you should look to do from the first 15 minutes, okay? If you're doing anything that's not taking their Guardian, stealing their farm, or doing the first turn, obviously pushing waves is implied, guys, okay? It's not part of the pyramid. Pushing waves is just like playing the game. If you're not pushing the waves, I don't know what you're doing. So, boom, be part of the pyramid. Second layer, once you've obtained your first lead, you further your lead either by getting the second urn plus a fight or the walker plus a fight, okay? Now, you can still steal their farm. This always applies. The stealing their farm kind of continues, but it's not as key, right? These are the things that matter more, okay? Stealing their farm is more early. Jungle takes a while to respawn. And then the final step is once you've accomplished both of these steps, you are then here, right here, ready to ascend the final layer. And all you need is one fight that you win, or a pick, or some sort of advantage, like you have ult advantage, or you have a big enough lead, and you just go mid-boss, and then you have a 90% win rate. Okay? Yes, I do have a laser pointer. You cannot stop me. Thank you, Sonic. I appreciate it. Calico needs to be deleted. Fair. Fair. You know my password? You don't know my Twitch password. Wait, do you? No, you probably don't. Something about I'd be curious about then is, what do you do if you get mid-boss but your team doesn't really have a lead? You just use it? Yeah, exactly. If you don't have a lead, then you use it to gain a lead. If you don't have a lead, you use it to gain a lead. You can't really end the game if you don't have a lead. But if you get a lead by, usually you're going to do the second layer, right? So you're going to do either Urn with mid-boss or Walkers. So you use the mid-boss to essentially ascend and get an Urn or Walkers. Alright, let's see if they're following the pyramid, okay? So this is Soko. I coached him today. He's a meta-abusing European going healing Nova, right? Makes sense. Here he goes abusing the meta. So first turn spawns. He clears the wave first, okay? Alright, let's see. Does he follow the pyramid? Come on, Soko. Remember what I've taught you. What other options do you have aside PayPal? I also have I have the donation link on stream, which is not which doesn't need PayPal. You can pay by card. That's reserved for technically I can also make a QuickBooks invoice, so I have other options potentially if needed. PayPal is easiest for me, but I have other options. Okay, so he does the Guardian, okay? He didn't do the Urn, but he did the Guardian, and his team is doing the Urn. So this is all part of the pyramid. This is the first layer. You see how the game was fully even? Now they got a 2k lead, and now they're going to try to do the Urn. Now he has Warden ult here, so this should be a good fight. He's going to pop his Warden ult. Is it max? It's not quite max, but still. He's zoning? Doesn't even need to pop his ult. They just get the Urn. Okay. As we said, 0 to 5k lead from the first layer. 4k lead obtained here. It was obtained from 2 actions. Guardian advantage. As you can see, they have 2 more Guardians in them, and they got the Urn. Okay? You just played a game right now using the Siri while you biffed it a bit. You want a 30-minute flat?
Thank you.
Well, Sam, I'm glad you guys are all proving it. The video's gonna come out tomorrow, guys, and it's gonna be lit. Or maybe I'll even upload it later tonight. Who knows? I'm gonna upload it ASAP, though. It's gonna be either early tomorrow or later tonight. So far, they're following the pyramid. So they've done the first layer. They've obtained their 5k lead. Now, Soko here is a little ambitious, right? This is okay. So this is where Soko, you're stepping outside the bounds of the pyramid here. You might be forcing a little too hard on this walker here. It might work out. We'll see. But this is risky. This is very risky stuff. So you back up, okay? You back up. I'm happy you backed up. I'm happy you back up. Okay, it was starting to get a little spicy. Now, here's what happened, guys. Okay, they didn't follow the pyramid. I just want to highlight something, okay? Here, they have their lead. All they need to do at this point is just wait until the next step of the pyramid, okay? They've ascended the first layer. Now they just need to not throw until the second layer, so 15 minutes comes. They just need to keep their lead. So you don't need to do anything. You wait until the next layer. But what happens here is they take this dumbass fucking fight. They lose the fight. They lose 2 players. Soko's trying to solo push a walker. Hayes is like doing whatever the fuck. Who knows what's happening? And slowly but surely they've thrown their lead a little bit. Now it's only a 3k lead, so they've kind of unascended a little bit. I think Soko, this is Archon. I think this is Archon. So once again, a little forced on the walker, right? We should probably just get ready for the buff and earn. We should probably make sure we spend our souls because, okay, so this is very important. Okay, we're going to add this, okay? Spike before every layer. One sec, let me show the pyramid here. What color should this be? I don't know. Spike before every layer. This is important. You want to spike before every layer. What does that mean? It means spending your money. It means spending your money. So here, okay. Well, the fucking replay's fucked. One sec. This was Oracle? Yeah, there you go. Oracle 5, actually. That's actually higher than I expected. And my game crashed. And my GG. Soko, can you repost the match ID, please? Thank you. I'm relaunching, guys. One sec. This is what happens when you pause a lot, by the way. When you pause a lot, when you're watching replays, I've coached enough people, I know that this fucks it. This completely fucks it when you pause a lot. Thank you, Third Jig, for the timestamp. So, for example, here, like the mistake that Soko made, like if we go back a little bit, right? So we go back here. Soko's pushing the walker, but at this stage, okay, so the thing is bugged. The timer is bugged. It's actually 30 seconds ahead of where it should be, right? So the actual timer in game is 30 seconds behind this. So it's actually 14:30. What this means is that buff and earn are spawning in 30 seconds, right? Buffs and earns start spawning in 30 seconds. What does that mean? That means that you need to go get them, and there's going to be a fight. Now, if we extrapolate a little further, what that means is that since there's going to be a fight, you want to be strong for this fight, which means that you should spend your money before the fight. This is a very basic principle. Pushing this walker here does not achieve that purpose, right? This is very high risk play because from his vision, all the waves are pushed, yes, but he doesn't see any of the enemies. This means technically there could be 3 enemies here. And if he does die here, he's not going to be up in time for the buffs and earn. So this is very high risk. Kind of meh reward. I don't really see a world where he gets this walker. And on top of that, he's kind of fucking up the first layer of the pyramid. All right, Soko, this is like additional free coaching that I'm giving you. This is, if you get some coaching sessions, guys, maybe you'll get additional free coaching. Who knows? If you get lucky, who knows? You might. But anyway, like, so here, you need to spike, guys. You need to spike before every layer. So here, the second layer, it's like, okay, we got a small lead. They feed their small lead for whatever reason, right? They just go feed randomly. Like, they're playing on their side of the map. They're trying to do too much, okay? They're not at the second layer. You got to solidify the first layer, then move into the second layer, okay? So now, instead of having a lead, they, like, basically don't have a lead. They threw most of their lead. They only have 2k lead, so it's gonna be a little hard, but still, it's all about the buffs and urn. So we'll see what Soko does here. He's got 4,200 unspent. He's on the side of the urn. I'm married. Yeah, I am. Okay, so he eats a creep. 5k unspent. He's by the urn. Is he gonna pick it up? I mean, it's a little risky right now. Everybody's missing. Opts to go back to base. We're gonna spice it up here. Go back. Okay, he buys. Great. They pick up the urn. But surely he's gonna go contest it, right? Okay, wait. They're split pushing. Okay. Right. So a little sloppy on following the pyramid, but regardless, it's urn or walkers, right? So he does get a walker, and they do win a fight. So they do complete the second layer. They do complete the second layer of the pyramid, whether you like it or not. You can't argue with the results. And now he picks up the urn, and then wait. Okay. Okay, but Soko, hear me out. Didn't you get kind of lucky that they just dropped the urn and came back to defend the walker? Shouldn't they have just gone to dunk the urn when you pushed the walker? Okay, so now you've completed the second layer of the pyramid. Where's the third layer? Okay, so you get black hole. That's not good. Alright. Unfortunate, but they use black hole. It's okay. Alright. For every win, there must be defeats. Do you do a single streaming PC setup? Yeah. I do. Okay, so every little throw though, every little time you guys lose something, you fall behind a little bit and the layers become harder to complete. But now let's see. Okay, so urn spawns on the other side of the map. This time you can't split push. There's no walker here. So let's see you move towards that urn and buff instead of 1v1ing this guy. Okay. Well. All right, Soko. Remember the layers of the pyramid, okay? This is not what you want to be doing. This is not what you want to be doing, but that's okay. You know, you got to be ready for those objectives. You got to be ready. This urn, this is what you care about. You want to take the fight with your team. You have Warden ult. You're strong. You're thick. This is the fuck up? Yeah. You definitely don't want to be here. This is just like, this is very awkward. Now you're 800 HP as well. And you didn't reset. Also, you don't have slowing hex. How do you ever expect to be able to fight this Wraith? If you had a slowing hex, maybe. But without slowing hex, you're never going to be able to beat this Wraith. You wouldn't get it, Sophie. You wouldn't get it. Sorry. So the fuck ups keep taking us back in time. But once you're late enough in the game, you can simply complete the last stage of the pyramid. I assume what we'll see here. So you guys get one pick. You go to push the walker. You ult. I mean, every time you ult like alone. So that's probably why you have no damage this game. Realistically, I'm giving you free coaching once again. You're just solo ulting people. Okay, I like this play. I love this play. I love this play. Okay, guys, think about it. He picks up the urn. Great play to pick up the urn there, by the way. And he drops it on mid-boss so that they can do mid-boss, and right as they finish, he can go deliver the urn. This is a high-level play. This is a high-level play. And now they've completed the final layer. They've completed the third layer of the pyramid. All they have to do is end the game. As you can see, the game ends within 3 minutes. Because how is the enemy team gonna stop them? The rejuve minions are legit, like, they are Thanos. Like, you cannot kill them when they're in the base. You cannot kill them. They are invincible. I mean, we're just gonna fast forward to them going in their base. So they're just like furthering their lead, right? And they've got a 20k lead. They've assembled all the ingredients. They have mid-boss and a 20k lead. They can just end the game, essentially. Now they go. Boom, boom, boom. Shrine been taken. Okay, Ember Patron. Boom. Down. Now, I will say you wasted your ult. I'm gonna be honest with you, Soko. Like, let's think about the way we use our ult a little bit here. Let's go back. Let's just, if you're up 20k, literally just save ult for ending the game, because you guys can just walk in. Like, you didn't need this ult. Like, you guys could have just walked in. You'd already had 2 kills. You could have just walked in, and if you have ult when the patron is down, it's like guaranteed. Guaranteed win if you have ult when the patron is down. When you have ult when the patron is down, they literally can't do anything. Especially with lightning stroll, it's just like guaranteed win. So a bit unfortunate, because now you won't have ult when patron is down, but you have some gun items, which we talked about last time. I said, hey, if you're not going to build Mad Leap, at least build more in the gun. You did that, so I'm very proud of you. You also calm, everyone needs to spread apart. Okay. Spread out. Makes sense. Okay, shooting the base. Yep, beautiful. Black hole onto troopers. Okay, dome. I mean, you will potentially perish, but it won't matter. Wait, you're alive. You're alive! Oh my god, he actually lives. There's no way. Okay.
Well played.
Why sub CD, lightning stroll, no arcane surge? Geyser, we're not here for that. We're talking about the Illuminati. We're talking about the trifecta. We're not talking about builds. We're talking about something much more fundamental than builds. We're talking about the pyramid. Okay? This is everything that matters. This is your world. You need to focus in on the things that matter. Now, these are the distractions, right? Distractions here. This is distractions, aka why you are archon. Okay? These are the distractions. The distractions are, it's very simply put, builds. This is a distraction. You're being distracted. Random fight in jungle. Yep, so this is, yep. Pushing Walker before 15 minutes. Pushing Walker before 15 minutes. Builds, random fight in jungle, pushing Walker before 15 minutes. Oops. Listening to Timmy on Wraith. Screaming, help me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Distractions, aka why you are archon. These are pretty much it. These are distractions. What software is this? Seems nice. It's Excalibur. Okay, guys, look how much progress we've made today. We made it from the snowball slope to the winning trifecta. So we started from this concept with a little hand-drawn slope that I made. And then now we've made it into the winning trifecta. And now we've added the distractions. What should we call the distractions, though? This is a nice presentation. Thank you, Rena. Why didn't you come help when someone is being jumped 1v5? Yeah, I mean, it's true. Really nice presentation. You don't really agree with it. What do you not agree with it? Why? Actually. What do you not agree with, Rena? Tell me. What is there not to agree with? The losing square. Wait, that's a good idea. Wait, the losing square. Hyper focusing on builds. Random fights in Walker, pushing random fights in jungle, pushing Walker in 15 minutes. Listening to Timmy on Wraith screaming, "Help me!" The losing square. Can we do a square? Well, we'll just add a square to just make it like. Okay. What does it mean to focus on builds? Okay, here's the thing. A lot of the time, yo, thank you for the Prime Ritzel. By the way, guys, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the educational stuff, make sure to subscribe, follow. I mean, you guys know exactly how much money I make. So if you think I'm making too much money, then hey, don't subscribe. You guys know exactly my revenue now. So if you think I'm making too much money already, you don't need to subscribe. But if you want me to make more money, you can subscribe. And it's very much appreciated. What was I saying? So what I mean by focusing on builds is like a lot of the time I have people who will be like supporting the content as an Oracle player, amazing info for the community. Thank you, I appreciate that. So a lot of the time I'll have people who ask me like, oh, they'll ask me like hyper specific questions, right? And they'll be like, at 14 minutes and 15 seconds, is it better on Mirage to buy opening rounds or intensifying magazine? Right? This should be like buy cultists into hitting boxes and bugs and to win. No, Rena, that's the reason. Doing that stuff is the reason people aren't winning, bro. Like, anyone can do that stuff, and people over-focus on that stuff over what actually matters in the game. Following the meta trends of like, oh, this is like the flavor of the week thing is how you become bad at the game. Literally, like, you just need to focus on fundamentals, and then you apply the meta stuff on top. But the fundamentals matter way more than the meta stuff. Can you become a pay chatter? Maybe. Yo, thank you for the Prime Octopus on fire. You deserve at least 100k USD. I mean, I appreciate that. I'm not anywhere close to that, but hey, I'm gonna get there. Trying to YOLO mid-boss while the team has all the important ults to seal up. I mean, you know, that's definitely not ideal. Deathy, didn't you meta follow in Dota before? Yeah, and I wasn't that good at Dota. I was like 6.5k MMR. That's like 6.5k MMR, like the grand scheme of things, is like not that good. I also focused on fundamentals, but yeah. How do I DM you on Discord? Message wasn't delivered. You should be able to just right click me and click message. Let me see. I don't see a message from you, but I see messages from other people I've gotten. Custom skins are more important. Just like, are you in my Discord server, African Pro? What was I gonna do? Yeah, so the focusing on builds thing is really like when people ask hyper specific questions about builds, when like maybe of course itemization matters, right? But for the large majority of players, itemization is not the core reason they're losing the game. The core reason they are losing the game is that they are not following the principles to win the game, right? And that is what I teach. I teach itemization is going to change, right? I mean, we just saw a huge item rework. We don't know what's going to happen to items in the future, but the core principles of the game, the winning trifecta, has been the same since Deadlock's inception, essentially. The only things that have changed is how powerful or how easy or how strong different steps of the trifecta are. But essentially, it's been the same thing for a year at this point. It's just been how strong it is. You love boxes and bugs. You're not in my Discord? Okay, well, you should join my Discord. That would be the easiest thing to do. Join my Discord and then DM me in there. Like, you can just at me, or you can right-click my profile and click message, and then that should be fine. Okay, so we've done a couple of things today. We've, one, confirmed that the theory works. Two, we've built some graphics. Now, the last question I have for you guys, and then I'm probably not going to stream much longer tonight, is what is the best way of putting it in video format? Essentially, here's the way that I think the video should go, and I'll do a little graphic on this as well. And you guys can tell me. I'm doing a little bit of this live because I want to hear you guys' input, realistically. But I think the video should kind of have a flow that's like this. First is like intro. So like, you know, fundamentals. So fundamentals plus closing out games. So basically I introduce what the concepts are. So intro, talking about the fundamentals and like why people aren't closing out games. And then I think it would be presentation. So I would do intro, and then I would do presentation. So trifecta plus square. And then I would move into essentially replays. So here would be replays that I just watched. Let's do. I wish I had more colors. It will do replays. Tell GPT to impersonate a video producer. I try not to use GPT when it comes to things like that. Not because it wouldn't give me good stuff, but because I don't even want to be influenced by GPT for stuff like that, personally. Because it would give me the most like cookie cutter structure. And I'm just like, I'm good. I think I can come up with it. It's worked out pretty well for me so far, but I mean, obviously it's a good tool. It's a great tool. I use chat for many things, but yeah. Start with showing the pyramids of Giza with David Attenborough voiceover. The pyramids have stood the test of time. I advise you to watch the most popular video of A10 Nerd on YouTube. A10 Nerd. Let me look this up real quick. A10 Nerd. Maybe use the replays for each step of the trifecta and you go over the square after. Okay, that's fair. A10 Nerd. Most popular. Popular. The only video you need to climb in Overwatch 2. Whoops.
And I guarantee you'll improve from this video. This is
What
not
is this?
clickbait, and I've tested it for a long time, and I've had nothing
The core.
but positive teammates, objective check, roles, and lastly, ebb and flow. A corner is a point on the map that will separate two open line of sights, which are especially important in Overwatch 2 now that shields
Okay.
are gone. I'm looking at you, healers, because they are the building blocks of our success.
This guy's too good at editing. I'm not
They
this good at
create
editing.
A ton of consistency by reducing our chance of dying randomly to the millions of things that can kill us. And I don't expect you to be tracking enemy positions and cooldowns and the character.
Cooldowns, rolls.
When
Yeah.
we have a pick, and
I
we
mean,
have
I
a
get it.
numbers
It's
advantage
good. It's
and we
good.
really want to engage.
I'm not going to follow exactly the structure, but I think my structure was kind of close to it. And also, I'm not trying to do like an overall guide. I'm trying to talk specifically about this, which is how to end games. But if I were to do like an overall guide of how to climb in Deadlock or how to improve at Deadlock, that would be a great format, probably. You think less editing is more? Fair. So you guys don't like that editing type. What's the name of the Discord server for Deathy? Can't use the link? Why can't you use the link? Oh, double audio. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Bugs and boxes video? What do you want me to say, Rena? Farm boxes, hit bugs? Like, here's the thing, Rena. I'm going to tell you right now. For those of you that remember, those who know versus those who don't know, there was this YouTuber, kind of new to the Deadlock scene, who made a video about jungling, okay? And he was like, this was like in October when the game was like popular with the crowd, you know? And he was like, here's the jungle paths, you know what I mean? And he was like, here are the optimal jungle paths to follow a 7. And you have no idea, like, the harm that was done to the community from that video was permanent. It was permanent community damage, and it's not really the guy's fault. The guy didn't know any better. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy or whatever, and like he did a response video and he was a nice guy, and like he seemed to, like, you know, really take it like earnestly and well. But like the harm that was done by that video was permanent, bro. That was permanent, like permanent damage to the community. What was so mad about it? The video itself wasn't actually bad. The video was just like, hey, here's some good jungle routes. The problem with that video is that when you have a video in a vacuum that's showing jungle routes and showing people, you know, hey, you're gonna, like, it was essentially showing jungle routes and showing games where the 7 would get rich doing these jungle routes, right? And so essentially, it's kind of like false advertising, is the sense that you see the 7 doing jungle routes. And it's kind of like if someone made an ad IRL and was like, hey, if you do this multi-level marketing scheme, you're going to become rich. And everyone started doing multi-level marketing schemes. And then, you know, it just like, basically the problem is that without understanding of the game and knowing when to apply these routes, the routes themselves are more harmful than anything, because at that time, most players were fairly new to the game, right? And knowing the routes is not really that helpful unless you understand exactly when and how to apply them. Because jungling, especially back then with 4 lanes, was very situational. And with 4 lanes, you had a lot of things to handle, right? Jungling now, like that video now would be a little bit less harmful. But back then, if you had a lot of teammates that were doing this, even if you had one teammate that was just trying to follow a jungling route, that could completely grief your game, essentially. Because your lanes would just be fucked. And so I did a response video, and I was essentially saying, like, this is terrible. And I was like, do this if you want to lose your games. I was maybe a little mean about it. I think I was pretty like normal about it, but at the time I felt like I was being a little mean, but I don't think I was. And yeah, like it's just doing videos like that just causes like so much harm sometimes because people don't know how to apply that advice. And so telling people, hey, just farm is generally like the worst MOBA advice that you can give, because it's the easiest advice to follow, and it's the one that has the least amount of value, because anyone can farm. Farming is not hard. Farming is not hard. So, you know, anyone can farm. Like, you're not going to win more games by farming, generally speaking, because anyone can farm. Now, you can farm optimally, but generally the difference between players that farm optimally and not is not the way that they farm. It's the way that they move around the map and the way that they apply the farm that they have, right? The difference between Rena and some random person in the chat that's going to farm is the fact that Rena will take his farm and he's going to keep pushing out waves constantly before farming. He's going to push out the waves first and then he's going to farm. And he's also going to hit his power spike. He's not going to farm indefinitely. He's going to hit his power spike and then he's going to show up to a fight and try to fight, you know? Like, that's what you have to do. Anyhow. Deathy, please teach us game-breaking bugs now. I don't want to do that. I'm good. I avoid talking about any game-breaking bug. Because, like, I'm good. Anyhow. Everything has a price. Okay, that's true. You're paying your mortgage on your house with souls on the map? You have a mortgage? Aren't you in the New York area, bro? Aren't houses like $2 million there? How are you going to pay that?
My next purchase could
With the money that I'm making right now with Deadlock, a $2 million mortgage would take me like, I don't know, probably my entire life. Actually, with the money that I'm making with Deadlock, it'd probably take me like 3 lives of doing what I'm doing to pay that. Discord server named, it's called Deathy's Boys and Girls. Can't use link because of multi-account, really. Here, it's called Deathy's Boys and Girls. Okay, it's spelled like this. Spelled like this. All right. So, we've done that. We have the video. We have the video. We have the snowball slope. We have the winning trifecta. We have everything. How about non-binary people? That's a good point. I made the Discord like 8 years ago. I didn't think about it back then, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we also accept non-binary people. Whatever you identify as long as you're not an Ivy Gunner, you're welcome. Anyhow, patience, your time is coming. Don't worry, Michael. I have patience, by the way. If you guys didn't know about my transparency, like me being transparent about my income isn't me being impatient. I'm good. I'm happy with where I'm at, okay? And we just strive to be better every day. Okay, so that's it for the stream today. It was going to be a short stream. I was working on stuff most of the day. So we're going to raid someone. How does upgrades and unlock work? I usually just spend all the time. That's a great topic for another time. I'm going to raid Gucci, though. So, yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure to check out the recent YouTube video if you haven't. This video will come out either tonight or tomorrow. And yeah. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.